Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. So which CPU do you want to get? 285K or 9800X 3D? Well, that's up to you, but I'm going to tell you something. 285K does exceptional well. It does good in multitasking, does great in gaming actually. It's very smooth. Where 9800X 3D is strictly gaming CPU. You're going to get a lot of frames out of that. You're going to see high sky frames, but your 0-1% lows will be worse than 285K. Which doesn't surprise me. All right, now, when I say worse, I'm not saying a huge margin worse, but I'm definitely seeing the numbers on every game I tested way lower than 285K, which is kind of unplayable for me. I'm going to show you guys in the chart. Stay with me. Basically, this is going to be tested with RTX 5070 that your grandma is going to buy you for Christmas, and you want to decide which CPU to get. Well, here I'm helping you out. Alright guys, now where we talk about tuning, 9800X3D is fully tuned, CL28, 6200, 5.4 GHz all core, where 285K was not. I was running on 9000 C38. Besides memory, the P core was only 5.5, E core 4.8, cache 40, and then you got D2 and NGU 32 each. I can push that more. The CPU likes it, but I need to be doing a little bit of testing after that because I want to have a full stable tune, right? That's going to be coming up in the next videos. So I will have 285K pushed even more, and I might be pairing this against 4900KF, King of Gaming. All right, guys, the first one up is Battlefield 6 at 1080p DLSS Ultra Performance. As you can tell, 9800X3D has a 200 FPS here, where 285K has only 180. But if you look at the 0-1% lows, that's where 285K wins. It has 107 FPS versus 93 FPS. Therefore, for me, this is a win-win for 285K. All right, guys, next up, Doom, the Dark Age. And this is clearly 9800X3D win. 249 FPS over 190. And in the 0-1% lows, that's where the 9800X3D shines again. 143 FPS over 127. This is clearly 9800X3D win. So we got a 1-1. Guys, next one up, F1 2025. And we all know the esports works very well on 9800X3D. But here is not really a case, or it is a case. We have 360 FPS on 9800X3D on averages, where 285K has 329. But if you look at the 0-1% lows, again, 285K is the winner. Therefore, I think this is, for me personally, 285K win, but you can call it however you'd like. 2-1 for Intel. Alright guys, next up, Hogwarts Legacy at 1080p. And again, we have the high FPS on 9800X3D. Now, this game, if you watched my video, it was starting in bad on 9800X3D, but it finally got it covered by end of the benchmark, where 285K was smooth ride all the way. And again, we have better 0-1% lows on 285K, where 9800X3D has higher FPS. Therefore, for me, this is still an Intel win. Because a smoother gameplay, but then again, we're gonna call this 9800X3D because 0-1% lows are so identical in a couple frames difference, so we're gonna call this 2-2. All right, guys, next up, Star Wars Jedi Survivor, $100 favorite benchmark, I think, because there's no NPCs. But when you take a look at the same benchmark, 9800X3D does again. High sky FPS 230. Color win if you don't know your 0-1% lows. But then look at the 285K 0-1% lows by 30 frames. This is definitely the 285K win. Smooth experience. I will call it a win for 285K. All right, guys, this is the latest game and the last on my list here. It's a 9800X3 285K with where wins meet. Now, these are two different gameplays. You can watch them yourself. With the 285K, I just did a lot in town where NPCs are, so I actually did it more demanding, where 9800X3D was running through the field. But the whole point of this, showing you guys how bad these 0-1% lows are on 9800X3D, and it couldn't recover. absolutely could not recover. It was still staying low, below 50 FPS, unplayable experience, guys. Even though you had a 200 FPS, such a bad deal here. Anyways, it's gonna be a last one. All right, guys, we're doing the first test, Battlefield 6, low preset. Down in advanced, we have DLSS Ultra Performance. And down in resolution, we're doing a 1080p. Okay, let's go in the community, search experience, and we're looking for FX3W, guys. Mark the bench. We're gonna host that. Host locally. By the way, we're gonna be doing the same thing for 285K. Nothing is going to be different. Using RTX 5070, we're dropping RTX 5070 utilization as much as we can. So that way we can do as much as possible at CPU benchmark. We're gonna let everyone load in because that's how we're gonna do it. So we're gonna wait a couple seconds here, reset our numbers. Okay, I think we can comfortably run this. All right. By the way, I'm using CapFrame X for all my recordings on this video. CPU utilization is 4.7, GPU 3.5. So we are definitely doing the right way. All right, we're gonna stop right here. There's our numbers, guys. We're gonna record those and compare it with 285K. Next, guys, next up is Intel 285K, low preset and advanced DLSS Ultra Performance. Down to resolution, we have 1080p. Always gotta search that, mark the bench. You're gonna let the bots load in too as well. All right, we can comfortably run this. Hopefully I don't get smoked. I actually tried this already twice and I got smoked. I got stabbed. I got stabbed. That's bad. I got really stabbed, man. That was bad. All right, guys, we're gonna go turn around and we're gonna press that again. And here's our numbers. 180, 117, 107. See you on the next one. All right, guys, next up is the Doom, the Dark Age at 1080p with DLSS Ultra Performance. Everything else is the lowest possible quality, including the presets and no patch tracing. All right, let's go ahead and jump in the game. This is the beginning of the game, guys. And we're gonna be doing the same run. Let me reset my numbers. And we're gonna go ahead and jump right in it. And looks like that's it. And next one up is Intel. All right, guys, next up, Doom, the Dark Age. We are doing a 1080p. Everything is on DLSS Ultra Performance. Low preset, guys. Let's get in. Let me reset the numbers here quick. We're gonna play same scene. All right, let's go. Ah, there they are. I knew there was some of these mobs somewhere here. I hate these cutscenes. It is what it is. I like that. Almost got them all. But the frame stays pretty much the same, guys. Well, we don't have any more ammo. Okay, we'll call it that. And there we have it. All right, guys. Next one is F1 2025, 1080p, DLSS Ultra Performance, and everything is set to low preset. All right, let's get in the game again. Okay, let's reset the numbers quick and record. I'm gonna have people pass me just on purpose. But look at those frames. This is where 9800X3D really shines. Oh. Yeah, those frames are really good. I heard the 2026 guys, there won't be no game. You just download the update for it, and a new F1 2025 will be a new F1 2027. And I think that's a good approach because they really don't change. Formula is just a formula, right? They all pretty much got the dynamics and everything else. So why make the same game again and pay for the same thing when they can just do an update? All right, well, we're coming up. It's really just really good ride here. Now we're stuck. All right, guys, that's gonna be pretty much it for this one. Let me just get that. I love it. Pretty much got 2 laps here. I just want to kind of, I'm enjoying it actually. Okay, all right, all right, all right. Let's hit that. Okay, there we have it. Next one is Intel. All right, guys, F1 2025, ultra low preset, 1080p DLSS performance, and let's get in. No ray tracing and any of that. Let me hopefully reset the numbers here before we can get that zero starter on there. All right, let's go ahead and hit it. This is really surprising actually, over 300 FPS with all these other vehicles. That's good. This is really good. Usually AMD 9800X 3D is the one you want to actually tell people to get. Really, guys, but absolutely, this is way to go. $285K is doing really good here, considering it's not really esports type CPU. I think it's really kicking ass. And it's pretty damn smooth. We're gonna try to pass these guys and then we'll get our benchmark. But it's pretty steady, right? It's been steady all this around. So there's nothing really to it. We can call it any time on this bench. And maybe we'll call it right after this. Get our numbers. Uh-oh. And there we are. We're going to hit that. All right. See you in the next one. All right, guys. Hogwarts Legacy is next at 1080p DLSS Ultra Performance. And if you go down to graphical presets, everything is set to low. No ray tracing. All right, let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to reset my numbers. Gonna have that kind of settled down. I'm gonna reset them again here. Make a square and a square. Okay, let's go ahead and record that. This is the same run that Hardware Unboxed would do it. He would run around the circle. Might be a similar circle, might not be a similar. This one kind of stutters again. So many stuttering games. But it is what it is. And we're done. There's our data. Next one up is Intel. All right, guys, welcome back. We're gonna do Hogwarts Legacy at 1080p at DLSS Ultra Performance, and down at the graphical preset, everything is set to low, no ray tracing. Okay, let's go ahead. We're gonna reset these numbers quick. I always do that for both of these systems. Give it a couple seconds, let that settle down, and we can go ahead and start recording. I'm mainly, guys, looking for like dips and 0.1% lows, 1% lows. I know AMD is gonna have a little bit of more frames here, and that's just gonna be it. But then also I want to see how 285K does it, right? We might be having better 0.1% lows here than 9800X3D, but overall average, I bet is going to be higher on AMD, but we're going to have to check it out in our graphs. I could be wrong. All right, we're almost there. Okay. And there we are. See you guys on the next one. All right, guys, next up, Star Wars Jedi Survivor at 1080p down to preset. We got everything set to low. And guys, I'm using DLSS Ultra Performance again. And that's it. Let's go ahead. And no ray tracing. So let me reset these numbers. Let's get that a little settled down, the frames. Make it even, right? And then, oh, they're still dropping. Okay. Here. Okay. Come on, AMD. Benching the game here. All right. Well, they're still going 0.3. All right, let's go look at the wall. Ah, it still show up. Okay, well, it is what it is. There's nothing I can do here. Here we go. They're gone now. Oh, it comes back. Okay, well, let's go to record it. That was funny. Wow. Badass. And I'm doing the same way $100 is doing it. This really shouldn't be a CPU benchmark, guys. This should be like no benchmark at all because there's really no NPCs around here. But it is what it is. Oh my god, look at that dip. Oh, that's bad dip. All right, guys, that's it. I'm gonna record that, stop it. Next one up is Intel. All right, guys, next one. Jedi Survivor at 1080p, low preset. DLSS Ultra Performance, no frame generation, no ray tracing, none of that. Same as the AMD one, and we're gonna go ahead and reset the numbers. There we go. I think we can comfortably go ahead and record this. See, there's no dip there like AMD had a dip there. No dip there. Ooh, I'm kind of strong there. Okay. All right, I'm just gonna go like that. To me, guys, this looks like a win. Total win. Okay, browsing data. All right, guys, welcome back to Where Winds Meet Now, doing a benchmark on 9800X3D at 1080p. And down at the settings, we have everything set to low. And let's get in the game. This is going to be a little longer benchmark, guys, because we're going to be running all the way down. Let me reset my numbers here quick. Let that all settle down, right? There we go. And let's go. This game, by the way, is amazing game. I'm not sure if I'm doing this right, but I think this is the way to go. And this is a good way to do a little bit of CPU benchmark, because we are actually fighting, and that's what you want to do. You want to have NPCs. Also, we're a little starter in here too. So we're dealing with both problems. And right now we're not starting, but we were kind of dipping there. Probably surprise the CPU a little bit. Once they fill cache. Anyways, we are gonna go this way, I believe. All right, we're a little bit on a horse too, so this is awesome. And well, like I say, we are a little dipping. Percentage of a GPU is 98, well, 83 now, but CPU busy is 4.9, GPU busy is 4.5, so this is actually pretty darn good. All right. We're gonna get in a fight here as well, or maybe not. All right, we're gonna go into town a little bit, and we're still recording, guys. And this is actually the place where it looks great to do a little bit of running. I tried to find as many NPCs as I could. And this is actually super great. Looks like I left somebody behind there. This is fine. All right, I think I'm gonna call this it, and we'll get our numbers, and also we'll do this same on 285K. There's definitely a lot of dips here. Okay, we'll stop this benchmark right now. By the way, guys, this is a CPU benchmark. And there's our numbers. All right, I'll see you guys on the next one here. All right, guys, we are back to Where Winds Meet Now. In this benchmark, I want to show you something. We're playing the 1080p low preset, and let me show you guys what I'm talking about. We're right in a city where a lot of NPCs are, and let me reset that up. Well, I already did that. Okay, let me reset the numbers again. And then look at that smooth frame rate. Literally, guys, there's no dips. like AMD was dipping here so bad, where the Intel 285K perfectly fine, like no dips. And this is what exactly 285K is for gamers. Well, first of all, for multitasking, but for the gamers that, you know, you don't have to have a 300 FPS. You can be good with 150 FPS. But if it's your 1% and 0.1% low in check, you're gonna have fun. And that's just it. Let me just record it here a little bit. My other computer, which is like faster than Harvard box, benching computer is actually recording this. So yeah, this is really, really nice frames. Great job. And this is what I like to see, guys. I don't know what my 4900 KF does. That's another benchmark to do. But yeah, I'm just going to stop right here. And it's not going to be direct comparison because I ran through the field, which there was no NPCs. But this is good. All right, next one up.